Good now, revolutionaries, and welcome to the Rise Up Morning Show. Today is Wednesday, August 27th, Web3 101 Wednesday. Thank you very much. This is your place for helpful Web3 news, commentary, answers to your crypto questions. What is Web3? Is crypto here to stay? What's the safest wallet? Why does any of it matter? And anything else you ever felt afraid to ask? Even if you don't know which question to ask, you are in the right place. And I want to remind you that this show lives 24/7 in the global free community at the first link you'll find at our website, rumshq.com. If you are not there, that is the best Web3 101 tip I can give you. So find it, love it. The only thing missing in that community is you. And I want to get right into it today, Alex. We have got one of our friends of the show here. It's Ethereum Day at Web3 101 Wednesday. We're going to talk about the role Ethereum has played in crypto's story, the layer twos built on top of it to help folks see why we call it the backbone of the decentralized internet, what it's done to earn that title. And I can't think of a better guest to be here to help us start to unpack that story than this one. So if you've got Ethereum related questions, you want to know why it's the number one altcoin, why it matters so much, leave them in the comments and get ready, because today's guest, he is a senior software engineer, thank you very much, at Base, a longtime builder in and out of crypto. He is currently building Logadog, and we're going to ask him about the Base app, eating hot dogs this summer, the Coinbase credit card, and so much more. Ladies and gentlemen, our friend, please welcome Myk.eth. Myk, brother, so good to have you back on the show. It's been way too long. Thank you for joining us again. How you doing?
Of course, yeah, I'm doing really good. Thanks. That's one heck of an intro you all do. I love the soundboard on this show. I miss it.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. We have a lot of fun. And now Alex has got a little soundboard of his own, don't you?
Oh, he's got the bell too. All right. Yeah, Alex, moving on up.
And most importantly.
Yes, don't screw up today, Myk, because we're coming for you, man.
I'll get whomped.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome, Myk. Everybody says they're thrilled to see you. We love having you here. We've got a couple of questions rolling in already, but I want to start first with, who are you? What do you do beyond the accolades, beyond the bio? Tell us a little about your journey into crypto and to Base and building where you are now.
Yeah, sure. So I'm based in New York, and like you mentioned, I work at Base. Before that, you know, my career's been a little bit like all over the place. But so before that, I was running people operations, like HR operations at a media company. And before that, I was running like the product and tech org. So I was like in the middle of those two things as the director of program management, kind of architecting the scaling of a growing product and tech team. But outside of work, I have my wife and I play in a summer volleyball league. We love like kayaking, canoeing around where we live. Like we live like on Long Island, not like New York City proper, so we get more space to do like fun outdoor activities. And I also just love cooking up apps in my free time. So it's a recharge week at Coinbase, so you get plenty of time to just chillax. But one of the ways I relax is by building apps, and so always tinkering with something.
You know, I'm somewhat of an app builder myself.
I heard with Claude and stuff, everyone can be a builder. It's pretty incredible.
Alex,
this is a gross misrepresentation.
My app's number one feature is annoying Evan.
there is product market fit, big time.
It's a very small market, but it's the best product on earth for it.
This is the tax calculator thing you were talking about?
I mean, to call it a tax calculator is like calling Ethereum, a shitcoin platform.
Ooh.
It's a full-ass dashboard.
It's the blockchain base camp now.
But we're talking about you today, Myk. I would love to know just a quick summary of some of the things you've built. Before we get to Logadog, what have you built in our space? And And can you just pull more on this thread of like, you really do just kind of see a problem and you're like, oh, well, what if there was a little app? What if there was a little website? What if there was a little widget to fix it? I think you're a great example of somebody who like built your way into this job, right?
That is true. Yeah. I mean, nights, weekends, mornings, like anytime I had to myself, I was constantly building something. And I built plenty of stuff in the Web3 world just because it excites me. And it's a different paradigm than building like, essentially the same CRUD app, create, read, update, delete app all the time in Web2. Web3 has a lot more interesting paradigms that I've been really excited to be building with probably since around like the end of 2020. Yeah, this is just one little example. Like it's not out yet, but I was messing around with Telegram notifications for your multi-sigs. Plenty of these token communities have multi-signature wallets, and it's on the blockchain what they're doing. And I don't think any of them really broadcast what's happening in like their Telegram chats. And so I made Siggy. He's a cute little parrot. That post is more about like, look at the AI art and like what it can do. Like I made my little parrot mascot, and then I have him like with a megaphone and like signing in, and he's got his little goggles on for his scientist outfit. He's got binoculars on when he's searching. I mean, how cute is that? That's the kind of stuff I was never cute. Right? I was never able to do that kind of stuff before AI, because I'm not like an artist per se. Other stuff that I've built, Base Token Store won some like hackathon, the Onchain Summer Hackathon last summer, where you could like easily buy tokens in bulk using your Coinbase Smart Wallet. You guys mentioned Octant before we went live. I got a grant from building like an ENS mini app on Farcaster, which to be honest was like, I don't deserve any of that because I just cloned the open source ENS website, put some metadata tags on it to make it a Farcaster mini app, and then launched it. And I did it because I wanted to give my worklet you found it. I found that super quick. I wanted to give my worklet a ENS name, and it was not possible at the time because you could only connect to apps that were in Farcaster mini apps. And so there was nothing that was letting me add an ENS name. And I know it's like Wednesday is Web3 101. So ENS name is basically to say like, instead of that long character thing at the bottom, in that image there, you see OX653. No one's going to remember that. So Myk.eth, that's a lot easier to remember. That's my ENS name. So I wanted to give my Warpcast wallet an ENS name. So I gave it one with that little mini app. So I'm always like constantly building stuff. I'm sure there's plenty of other things. Oh, we haven't talked about Logadog. I'd have to pull up my Git. Oh, I messed around with making an NFT marketplace in a mini app for a little bit. I mean, I'm pulling up my Super Bowl boxes on the blockchain.
Oh, I forgot about that, man.
Yeah,
You did a lot of on-chain sports stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking at my GitHub repo right now. Now I got plenty more. Okay, so Flock In is like an on-chain Cameo mini app. So Cameo, like you can like request videos from people, pay them to make videos for you. I made onchaingift.com. Basically, you make like a little gift wrap of tokens and NFTs or whatever else you want to send to somebody. You send it to them with a link. They don't need to have a wallet. They could spin up a Coinbase smart wallet right there and open it up. Wallet Sweep is a mini app that lets you kind of like Tinder swipe the tokens in your wallet to either sell or keep. I'm a Mortem I built with a coworker at Coinbase. Shout out to Darian. We made like on-chain March Madness brackets, but the twist was like, as your teams progress throughout the basketball tournament, their mascots and they would like grow into monsters. Yeah. Oh, you are so fast with this, Evan. This is really impressive.
Mike, the podcast audience is getting tired of you fluffing me up because they can't yet.
And then it's like, what's that guy from the Joe Rogan podcast, Jamie? He's like, hey, Jamie, pull this up. And they just does it. Or like the all in podcast, like, Nick, pull this up. He just pulls it up like without me asking, and he gets it so fast. But yeah, there's monsters and all this crazy generative AI art that Darian spent a lot of time making. So shout out to him again for that. Easy buy Bitcoin. You can buy Bitcoin really easy with your smart wallet using CBBTC. I have so many. I'm going to stop there, but yeah, I've got plenty of stuff that I like to
pull on
with.
And of course, Logadog. So Logadog is the world's online on-chain hot dog eating contest in its second season this summer, where you take a picture of yourself eating a hot dog to upload it to the scoreboard, and the person who logs the most dogs this summer wins a fabulous prize. And more than that, it's just like a super fun competition meant to help people come on chain doing something cool. Can you talk about the inception for the idea and then fill in any blanks that I missed?
Yeah, inception for the idea. So me and some friends went to like a lake house for a weekend a couple of years ago, and I think we ran through all the food. All we had left to eat was hot dogs, and I think we had way too many hot dogs. Like we needed to eat all these hot dogs before we left, or we'd be leaving behind a bunch of hot dogs. So we just started eating hot dogs like crazy, and we continued the tradition with a group chat from the trip. And every time somebody ate a hot dog that summer, they posted a picture of themselves eating it, sent it to the chat, and then another friend had a spreadsheet that was like keeping track of who ate the most hot dogs. They were like, Mike, you over-engineer everything. You're constantly building all these like little tools. Build us something to over-engineer this and, you know, make it funny or whatever. So I was like, watch this. And so I made a blockchain-based app. They thought that was hysterical. There were some AI components to it. They thought that was really funny. So last year was season 1 of Logadog on the blockchain. There was no prize. It was kind of just like for bragging rights. There's a guy named Cool Beans. Shout out Cool Beans. He ate like over 100 last season in season 1 when there was literally nothing to win other than to say that you ate the most hot dogs. This year, actually, if you want to go to the Earn tab, I can show you kind of like the like the whole mechanism there. There's your mechanism right there on the right. That crazy chart. You can click. Oh yeah, you can zoom into whatever you want to do. So yeah, this looks insane for a hot dog eating app. But basically, like you upload a picture of yourself eating it. Every picture is a Zora coin, so people can buy and sell your picture of yourself eating a hot dog, and then you'd earn all the fees from that. I wanted to pair it with like this hot dog token that's powering the entire app, but due to some complications, it's actually just paired with Ethereum. There is a clanker. That's what that purple graph is. It's like a symbol for the clanker ecosystem. It's basically just like an easy way to launch ERC20s that generate fees. So all the fees generated go into the prize fund. And there's prizes all summer long going back to the eaters in the form of hot dog, in the form of ETH. So that's kind of like the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, people can purchase the hot dog token, put it into a staking pool, start earning more hot dog tokens. But the reason that you stake is because you need to put up some collateral to become a judge and to say whether or not something is an actual hot dog or not, that they're eating. So if you're a judge and you judge correctly, you get, you're continuing to accrue more hot dog tokens. If the majority votes against you, a portion of your staked collateral gets divided up amongst the judges who voted correctly. So yeah, and look at you go. I mean, the APY on there is pretty nuts. What do you got there? You've got like, what is it, 15
looks like
million?
About 15 million hot dog tokens that I've earned for staking. And I have earned a lot of hot dog tokens because I've been logging a lot of dogs. I've got 50 million staked. I think I sold 50 million. And I think I sold 50 million when it was up. So I made so far eating hot dogs this summer, even if I don't win any kind of other prize. I think I have definitely covered the cost of dogs and buns and maybe made a little extra to buy myself like ice cream.
It's insane.
So I'm feeling pretty good about that. My cholesterol numbers after 152, I actually think I've eaten a couple more that just haven't shown up, are feeling less good about it, but we'll work on that. Kimberly was saying yesterday, after Logadog, you need to do like an apple a day or something like that to like bring us all back into like a healthy range, especially the people who are seriously putting up numbers, logging big dogs.
Yeah, it's quite impressive to see what some of these folks are doing this season. I put a link in the studio chat if you want to take a look at that. That shows how much anyone has earned on Logadog.
Okay.
And so I know it's Web 3.101. Dune, which is like what this chart is using. Dune is a platform where you can essentially write like SQL, and you can put together charts and dashboards for on-chain analytics, on-chain data. So all this stuff is, available to anybody because it's on the blockchain. You get to give it like a public database. So somebody just did the work of slapping together the right queries to pull these numbers in. So anyone can verify these numbers on their own. The chart that I'm most interested in is the very, very bottom. It's a table, and it's called the rewards leaderboard.
Here we go.
So
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
so there you are. Yeah, look at that, Evan. And I just kicked off another job. You can see in the bottom right hand corner it says running. So it's refreshing. So this might not even be. Oh, there it goes. Just updated now. So now it's totally up to date. Yeah, you've earned like 325 USD.
Oh, damn!
Yeah.
You messed up the
No,
whole
it's okay.
thing.
You can just filter it on the USD earned column, or I think you've got it now. Yeah, I think you've actually earned far more because you were the top dog of the month, and that was a pretty big prize.
The reward. You know who's not in here is Tori, who won the half ETH prize for being chosen from all the new loggers this season. That
So true.
was so cool.
Yeah. So yeah, this chart is just counting hotdog, but maybe I need to also have it count WETH. But Tori won the onboarding weekend side quest. So there's all these side quests. If you're watching this, you're like, there's no way I could eat this many hot dogs and compete. There's all different ways to earn. So I think, yesterday was National Dog Day. So if you ate a hot dog on National Dog Day, there's going to be something for you. And dog like Alex's shelter dogs, not like hot dogs. National Hot Dog Day was July 16th. It was another side quest day. I don't announce these. I just do them.
You also had Log a Dog Save a Dog weekend.
Log a Dog Save a Dog weekend
resulted in $1 donated. I love that. That was killer. Tell us about this. This is a great side quest.
So yeah, this was just like another fun way to to get the ecosystem involved. And so Ethereum is like a DAO that really only exists to donate funds to animal shelters using blockchain technology. And they made a donation to Muttville last month. They do like these monthly donations. Muttville is a senior dog rescue in San Francisco. They've been very early to adopt crypto. And so Logadog matched that 220 USDC donation this past weekend. We used Endowment, which is like a platform for making on-chain donations, and worked really smoothly. It's provable. It's on-chain. Muttville gets their funds immediately. So like doing stuff like that is always a lot of fun, and it just shows you like the composability of on-chain apps, right? Like the permissionless nature of it as well. Like you could just do things. You just build things. And like, if you ever see another project out there that you would want to collab with, like, I think most people, especially in the base ecosystem, are open to collaboration and coming up with like interesting and fun ideas for your apps.
Beautiful. Now, I know we've only got you for a couple more minutes, so I want to defer to a couple of questions. We have some questions in the audience, and you mentioned like Zora and Coin.eth. We could go there. But I think maybe it might be good to get your answer on why Ethereum, why does Ethereum matter, and maybe even what is Ethereum? Like, as somebody who works here and somebody who's not on the show all the time, since it is kind of an Ethereum-focused day, can you back us up a little bit and just tell us a little more about why this piece of infrastructure is important for the movement we call Web3? And maybe even get into a little nuts and bolts of like, in plain speak, like, what does this network do?
Yeah. Like, so just to start off that answer, like Web3 is the next evolution of the internet. Web2 is essentially the version of the internet where you can contribute with content. So in the very, very early beginnings of the internet, it was a lot of just like read-only stuff. You think of it like a magazine you would read online. Then we moved more into like the social media phase where you could post things and other people could respond. That's kind of what we're doing right now with the stream. We're kind of producing content and other people are consuming it and we're interacting with them. Web3 is like the next evolution of that. And that's like ownership of the digital items that exist in this whole, world, this universe, the internet. So, how does that actually work? And well, that requires some sort of universal, like permissionless world computer that's decentralized, that's not owned by any one entity, that can't shut you off, that can't censor you. And that's essentially what Ethereum is. It's like it's the world's computer. It's compute that you can purchase with Ether. So some people could refer to Ethereum, like the token, as Ethereum. I think it's actually called Ether.
Ether.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, you can participate in this from any age and any country. All you need is an internet connection, and you're off to the races to start participating in Web3. So I think your question was like, why? I mean, that's kind of like wraps it all into like what it is and why it's
the one I
important.
want you to answer next is like, there are all these other crypto networks. HBAR is so fast, it's so cheap. XRP is so fast, it's so cheap. I mean, I hear every day about these cryptocurrency networks. What actually is it about Ethereum that makes it so special? Because I would say it's really very special, and it has kind of a vaulted place that not even Bitcoin as a network has in like that story that you just told.
Yeah. I mean, it's also it's like a game of the power of network effects. Like Ethereum was, I think, like the first blockchain network to support smart contracts. So you could think of Ethereum like a platform. People build apps on top of Ethereum by writing smart contracts. Smart contracts are just like code that runs on the blockchain. So instead of writing code that runs like on a server somewhere that you control, that you could turn off, that you can have complete authority over, your app is now a smart contract on a blockchain that anyone can read, anyone can understand what it does. They don't have to trust that you as the developer are going to change the rules on them at some point. But it's really about the network effects. How many people are building in the ecosystem? How many people are using the ecosystem? If there's nobody there, there's really not much to do. Even if you have superior tech, the power of the network effects, I think, will bulldoze you. So I think Ethereum being first, Ethereum having decentralized values and operating with EIPs, which are people make proposals for upgrades to the network. There's not one central authority that's improving Ethereum. It's like a collection of people from all over the world. Yeah, it's the network effects of the platform that makes it different and special.
And just to give you like a picture of that, EIPs, Ethereum Improvement Proposals, they are massive in terms of like, this is like, I often use the analogy of a road system. Like, what makes Ethereum like a highway system that has country roads and even a driveway that connects to your house is in part these EIPs that anyone anywhere can propose, that the entire community gets to contribute their perspective on, vote on together. And there have been thousands and thousands of proposals submitted, and thousands of proposals have graduated to become parts of the protocol. We call them ERCs, Ethereum requests for comments. On other networks, they're still trying to figure out like, how can we start an NFT marketplace? Or how can we create a decentralized exchange or a second decentralized exchange or put limit orders on chain? Ethereum is exponentially evolved beyond that. There's not only a road to get there, there's a map for where you want to go, and there are 3 alternate routes you can take if there's too much traffic. It's massively built out as a piece of infrastructure. And when Myk says network effects, that's what we mean. It really is like the backbone of the future internet. So thank you for that. Alex, you've been quiet. You've had some dogs. I've been talking about dogs. And I'd love to know where you want to take it next. We haven't talked about the Coinbase credit card. We haven't talked much about working at Base, the Base app. Is there a question that came up for you, brother?
No, I was reliving Myk's track record, and of course, I do have to give a shout out to both Myk and Ethereum because that was actually the first crypto donation to Lovable Paws as well, which was, dude, what was that like? It was years ago.
Years ago.
Must have been like 4 years ago.
Yeah, something like that.
Man.
Well, I think it was also like it was Ethereum in partnership with Radio Shack.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, sure was. But I mean, it was a significant donation. They donated $5,000 to the rescue whenever that was. Immediately went to the vet, but huge help. So big shout out to Ethereum.
Shout out Ethereum. We love them. Okay, then maybe we can talk a little about the Base app scaling Ethereum. Base, Coinbase, the layer 2 by Coinbase is a network that is making a front door, so to speak, with the Coinbase app for people to walk through to experience the on-chain internet. But how would you describe it? What are you building? Why should we be excited about the Base app? And what am I missing out?
And I would say frame it too in the sense that, you know, what is the number one criticism or piece of pushback that we hear from anyone who is learning about this for the first time or has been here for a minute or is a big fan of something else? It's the cost. And it's true that gas is exponentially better than it used to be. We were all, well, I don't know if you were around for the other side mint. I think that was the worst instance of gas that I've ever seen at any point in my whole time experiencing Ethereum or anything crypto. It was like in excess of 1 ETH per transaction, and they were failing. Yeah, in podcast land, Mike's eyebrows are doing crazy things right now. Yeah, the other side mint, I saw people paying more than an ETH for gas and the transaction failing. It was
That's wild.
It was crazy, dude. And yet here we are. So I think as we transition to talk about Base a little bit, one of the big things obviously being that Base is a layer 2, which is sort of the speed layer. So in a world of layers, right? Layer 1 is the thing that provides the security and the foundation. Layer 2 is the thing that provides the efficiency, the speed, and the usability. And then the third layer would be kind of like the application layer. That's honestly largely where Myk lives as he continues to build new things and put things on blockchains and on these layer 2s. That would be the third layer. Mm-hmm. Anything beyond that, I think, is a bit of a marketing term. And these are, you know, sort of fluffy anyway, but.
Yep. Yeah, an easy way to think about it, right, is like if you're going to use the Ethereum network, it's going to be expensive. I mean, relative to whatever the market's doing and how much network traffic there is, but it's expensive to use. But you know, you are writing directly into the Ethereum, Ethereum network. It's going to be stored in the Ethereum blockchain. It's going to be written as a transaction to a block on Ethereum on the L1, and it lives there forever. As long as the chain's going to be running, which is probably going to outlive all of us. Then you have L2s, like Base, for example, is an L2. With an L2, it's fast and it's cheap. And the reason that it's fast and cheap is because you're not writing directly to the Ethereum L1. It hasn't landed on the L1 blockchain yet. So if you were to do something on Base and then look on the blockchain immediately, the Ethereum blockchain immediately after, you wouldn't see anything. But the reason that it's fast and cheap is because you're essentially being bundled together with a bunch of other people who are using Base. And then at some point, all of those transactions get bundled and written to Ethereum all at once. And so because you're only executing on the blockchain, the L1 Ethereum blockchain one time, you can kind of cut down the cost significantly because you're kind of sharing that with a bunch of other people. That's kind of like a high level of like, why is it faster? Why is it cheaper? Well, it's faster because it's executing in a different environment. It's not executing and waiting for an actual Ethereum block to be mined. And then it's cheaper because you're kind of sharing that space when it gets written down to the Ethereum L1 blockchain. You're kind of sharing that cost with a whole bunch of other people. And so you don't have to pay it all yourself. That's kind of like the TLDR. Base. So if we want to talk about Base, the app, I mean, it's supposed to be the front door to the on-chain economy. Really, like before Base app, there's really no one-stop shop for like where to get started on chain. You have to hear about some kind of app that maybe you found on crypto Twitter or a friend told you about, and you go there, and then you're kind of like in this like siloed ecosystem of that one app as you use it, or whatever it is that the app does. Base is supposed to be your place where it's like you open it up in the morning, you have a social feed. You can scroll through, see what people are talking about. It could be about anything. It doesn't have to be about crypto at all. You could join a community that talks about sports or biking or art, music, whatever. There's a place where you could chat directly with your friends with Messenger. There's a place where you could discover new on-chain apps to use. A lot of the time, these on-chain apps that you could find are actually interoperable with each other because they're all on the same blockchain network, and so they do partnerships with each other. They complement each other. Yeah, this is an example. Like Evan's pulling, for those who aren't watching visually, Evan just pulled up a tweet by the Base app, which is showcasing a ton of useful mini apps that already exist in the Base app today. I can see Endowment is actually one of them, the one that Logadog used to make a donation. So you've got your chat, you've got your social feed, you've got your apps, and you've got your wallet. So your wallet is there to hold your cryptocurrency. You could send that to your friends immediately. You could pay a merchant with it if they accept USDC or something similar. Send money all over the world in less than 1 second for less than 1 cent. Pretty compelling use cases for that.
Yeah, it's really the promise of scaling. Like we sometimes talk about the early days of the internet as like a ghost town. There was nothing to do. You could do anything you wanted, but what were you going to do there? Like run around outside and shoot your gun. And now we kind of find ourselves in the era that we're starting to scale the Web3 experience where, yeah, sure, these blockchains are open and permissionless and decentralized, but now we're getting these apps where you can have a robust experience. And the one I'm most excited about, I want to talk about it in a second, at least right now, is the Coinbase credit card. But first, I have to bring up our friend, Mr. Will Watson. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Will to the show. It's a treat to have you on Web3 101 Wednesday. And I'm so sorry I can't pull you up on TikTok because
I know you guys were talking about eating too many dogs, and TikTok was like, this is too gay even for gay TikTok.
I wonder if that's what got us banned, is we were talking about eating dogs.
Yeah, right. Just eating. Yeah, that was it. They were like, oh no. It's because it's owned by China, and they're like these racist stereotypes.
Oh my dog!
Like, oh no, it's hot dogs. It's actual hot dogs. We swear. It's
that
so
right
wholesome.
there is the power of AI. That's the artificial intelligence that's coming for all of your jobs.
Yeah, so sorry to my friends on TikTok. You're not going to get Will on the visual because I've got this weird loading screen. I can't even flip the camera around.
It's okay. The people on TikTok get enough of my face anyway. I think I made 5 or 6 videos this morning before,
God. We did have a comment who said, when did Will grow a beard? Referring to Myk.
Yeah, to Myk.
Stunt double. So...
Mike, I just want to say I love how Logadog has expanded, and I can't wait for season 3 of Logadog. And I think it's just truly phenomenal. I can't wait to see just like what the next evolution of this is every single year, because I just get the sense it's getting bigger and better and better and bigger.
Thank you. Yeah, next year is going to be bigger and better, and already have a ton of learnings from season 2 into how to make the integrity of the game more solid as well. So really looking forward to it.
Yeah, because there were some concerns there, because I don't know how many people can eat more hot dogs than Evan at the pace he's been going at, unless your name's Kobayashi or oh my God, how am I forgetting his name?
Joey Chestnut.
Joey Chestnut. Thank you, dear Lord. Yeah, Joey Chestnut.
When can we get Joey Chestnut on Logadog? Man, that's the cameo I want.
Yeah, I actually requested a couple of cameos, and people in that ecosystem have said we're forbidden from going on any other eating contest content whatsoever. And so probably not going to happen. There seems to be a tight grip around the
But
athletes.
he's retired. He's retired now. So, yeah, because this was his last year. So he's not competing in the Nathan's Hot Dog competition anymore. So maybe, I don't know, you ask Jesse to talk to Brian, and Brian makes a couple phone calls, and then bada bing, bada boom. And then, oh my God, this would be perfect. Season 3, Evan is the leader. He's eaten so many hot dogs. And then on the last day, Joey Chestnut comes in,
literally
and
eats
just
100 dogs.
smokes him. Just eats 500 hot dogs in 23 minutes. Oh, that'd be so good.
God.
I'd pay pay-per-view.
I'd like to request an NFT collection of like everyone as hot dogs, like a side-by-side picture of Brian Armstrong and like Brian Armstrong as a hot dog, and like his hot dog is like obviously no toppings, and my hot dog would have like, I don't know, like sauerkraut hair or something like that.
Oh, dude, I saw the AI image of you, me, and Alex dressed up as dolphins robbing a bank, because we made the joke, okay, we could dress up in dolphin costumes and do just a little bit of crime. And I'd be like, no, it would be too obvious who it was.
I'm sorry, what?
It's in the circle community,
You didn't
guys.
see this?
You didn't see it?
Oh, I didn't see this.
Oh, dude,
this is why you need to be in the circle community.
Truly wonderful. Evan, can you pull it up, or do you want me to?
I'm on the screen share, but you're going to have to get the screen share for TikTok, because I am not going to deny this. It looks like our stunt doubles, to be perfectly honest.
It does look like our stunt doubles, which makes it so much better. And I would share on TikTok.
Especially like
Oh my God.
Stunt double.
For me, it's Evan. For me, Evan is the most stunt double-y. Alex looks kind of like Alex, and I look kind of like me.
I don't know, man.
This is the correct use of AI.
This is the correct use of AI. Also, that is a much better dolphin costume than. So clearly, we robbed one bank before, because I can't afford a good dolphin costume.
We are so disheveled. Look at how much we're
Alex,
losing, though.
can you hit TikTok with a screen share? And if you're listening in podcast land, hello. We hope your candles are green. This has been a screen share intensive episode, and the best place to see the screen share, to see us in dolphin suits, to see the different times I've shared all of Mike's cool apps, is to head to YouTube. Check out the Rise Up Morning Show playlist. This is episode 361 ? And you'll be able to see all the beautiful screen sharing there. Okay, Al, I'm killing the screen share. We got to send Mike off into the sunset. But before we do, I would love for you to tell us about your experience as an early user of the Coinbase credit card. Can you spill the beans on this thing?
Are you rich yet?
I made a post about this, and it's kind of crazy how it's warped my mind. But receiving Bitcoin as a reward for spending dollars seems so like backwards to me. I mean, backwards in the sense where it's like my post was like on a long enough time horizon, like the Bitcoin that I'm receiving, I feel like, this is not advice, but like I just feel like eventually it's going to be worth more than the dollars that I spent. I mean, the dollar keeps going down in value, Bitcoin keeps going up in value. These things aren't computing. So yeah, that was the post that I made. It got a lot of attention, but it feels great because the push notification comes immediately. I swipe the card and then bang, it's like, oh, we got 45 cents of Bitcoin coming your way. And
exactly what I need is Bitcoin for buying dopamine for buying Bitcoin, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And you know, the percentage I'm making is crazy too, because I'm not in this echelon, but if you hold 200K of assets on Coinbase, you get 4% back on anything. There's tiers, so I get 3% back on anything I swipe my card on. So that's like pretty incredible. I don't know any other card that like does 3% back on everything. I had the Apple card before. It gets you 3% back in like at the Apple store. But how often am I buying stuff at the Apple store? You know,
right?
Every morning.
So yeah, I mean, I'm really loving it. And I handed it to the dry cleaner yesterday, and she looked at it and she's like, "What is this?" You know, because it actually has the first block of Bitcoin written on the front of it.
That is
and
so cool.
it is just really cool. It's a conversation starter. It's, you know, it's earning me Bitcoin. It's warping my mind in the sense of like what I'm spending. I gotta figure my life out. But yeah, if you believe that you're gonna be buying Bitcoin, you know, from now until whenever, like it's a great card to have because it does it for you.
Did you get the earliest access because you work there at Base? Because I'm on the list. And I think I signed up for one. I know we're all on the list.
Yeah. I mean, Coinbase is big on what's called dog fooding and eating your own dog food, testing your own features, testing your own apps. And the credit card is just another product to be dog fooded. And so I get feedback on like the onboarding experience and stuff. I mean, my biggest piece of feedback was like, I thought I was going to get 4%. All the marketing and stuff I saw was like 4%. And then I go to sign up and I realize there's a threshold that you need to get the 4%. And I was a little disappointed. So, you know, taking that feedback into consideration, trying to figure out like, how do we frame that from like a product marketing perspective and things like that. But, you know, that's the point of it, is like giving feedback, being the earliest users and being, you know, putting your consumer hat on and trying to understand what people are going to feel before we essentially roll it out. It's being rolled out to more than just Coinbase employees right now. And there is a ton of great feedback coming in. And applying those learnings as the rollout happens.
And I just want to add on to that. Guys, this only makes sense if you pay off your credit card monthly. Treat it like a debit card. Do not fall prey to the incredibly high interest rate that is on all credit cards. No, Alex. Alex, no. No, it's real money. It's real money. It's not fake.
No money is real money. It's all bullshit. Hey. So what if... do you remember? Did you see? Speaking of, since it's ETH Day, Jeff the Dunker posted a TikTok the other day to celebrate ETH's all-time high, and he was just screaming at the phone, and he was like, "I came back here to this stupid app months ago in April. Ethereum was $1,400, and I told you to max out your credit cards and buy as much as possible and sell your house, and you idiots didn't do it. And I told you." Oh, nice.
Okay, we know you've got to go, Mike, but I want to give you the opportunity before you do to give us a final thought. Anything we can do to support you, to follow your work? The floor is yours, my friend.
I mean, I love what you all do, and I love that you guys kind of just call balls and strikes. When an ecosystem does something that is against the grain, that maybe rubs you the wrong way, you don't shy away from talking about it. I think that's healthy, and I think that's a good thing. So you're not kind of just like, fanboys of one particular ecosystem, which I think is great. So my number one piece of feedback is like, keep doing that, keep being on the straight and narrow. And if you see something that's icky, you call it out. I like that. There's too many yes men and women, and I feel like what you all are doing is refreshing in the sense where you can actually get an honest opinion. It takes thick skin to build in this industry, and it's welcome. The type of feedback that you're putting out there is welcomed.
Thanks, Mike. If there are possible sponsors who would also agree with those comments, you just find out about. Just let us know, because we would like some sponsorship money coming through the door. That'd be great.
Unless you're icky.
Don't sell out.
Unless
Don't
you're
sell
icky,
out.
in which case, no. You gotta be a good brand.
Yeah.
Oh.
We would love it. You
Thanks,
can find
Mike.
him on X as Myk Crypto Dev, Mike with a Y, and plain old Mike with a Y on Farcaster. Thank you for making time to join us today. Go build. It's still day one or something like that, and we'll catch up to you again sometime soon in the future.
Thanks, guys. See you around.
See you, dude.
See, Mike.
Okay.
Guys, I also have to run very
I'm
soon.
so sorry it took me forever to get you up, and I couldn't get you up on TikTok. And
All
we're
good.
probably gonna
But
get banned for me saying that too. Get you.
oh, gosh, yeah.
It's
whatever.
okay. We're already cooked.
Yeah. Well, Evan is. Evan's TikTok is. But Sky, I was dead for 2 months. Don't worry, Evan. You can come back. So yeah, all I wanted to come on here and mention is I made a video on it on my TikTok as well, so you can get more of the details there. But I mean, I can give you all the details now. So Wall Street, hedge funds. What are hedge funds betting on in terms of like what the market's going to be like moving forward, right? You want
Harry
to see,
Potter, Obama, Sonic Inu.
I guess I'll leave. I guess I'm done. But
Nailed
no,
it.
so hedge funds are at their highest level of shorting in 3 years of the VIX. Now, for those of you who don't know what the VIX is, the VIX, this is a expectation of volatility in the market. That's volatility both to the upside and volatility to the downside as well. So if hedge funds are shorting the VIX, the highest rate that they've been at in 3 years, that means that hedge funds and Wall Street are expecting market stability. They're not expecting a crash. They're not expecting a huge pump. They're expecting markets to be pretty solid. Maybe slight growth upwards, maybe slight moves to the downside, but pretty solid. That to me is a very calming and reassuring sign, because we have a lot of fear in the markets. You have a lot of people especially being like 2026, it's all over, all those things. Now we have to keep our eyes on the level of the shorts there for the VIX and how they change, right? To get a sense as to when Wall Street will think that there's going to be volatility in the market to the upper downside. But at a time where a lot of people are like, oh man, this market scares me, Wall Street's going, I think things are pretty solid and the waters are pretty calm, which I interpret as risk on assets are in a pretty good place. Because if you're not worried that there's the chance of a huge fall because volatility is expected to be low, you can be risk on. That's good for altcoins. We're seeing that with the Ethereum ETF. We're seeing that with Bitcoin dominance as well. And the other thing is, if you like to keep an eye on the stock market, you'll want to keep your eye on the Russell 2000, which I haven't looked at this morning, so I don't know what it's been doing the past few days. But that's it. That's what I wanted to come on and let the audience know. Wall Street is expecting market stability, which is also interesting heading into the NVIDIA earnings report at the end of trading today, which is at like 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And NVIDIA has over 8% of the entire stock market's market cap in it. So what NVIDIA does is really going to dictate what happens to us, particularly in the crypto space, right? If they have a bad earnings call, expect everything to fall. If they have a really good earnings call, expect things to be stable, a little bit to the upside, or maybe even some things, a big shoot to the upside, right? So keep your eyes on that.
Are there expectations for earnings calls?
Yeah, most analysts are expecting bullishness. Most people are providing buy signals for NVIDIA. So those are the expectations. I forget exactly what the expectations are for their revenue growth, but I think it's like they're expecting 2% quarterly growth from last quarter, or to beat their target by 2%, which would be an increase of annual revenue by something like $60 billion.
Isn't that insane? I was just listening to something yesterday where it was a talk or an example. I can't remember which company it was, but just basically talking about like what's considered good revenue growth, and it was like 0.25% annually.
Yeah.
So if we're at 2% over, it's just a casual 8x.
Yeah, and then for NVIDIA, just remember 2% is billions.
So much money.
100 billion.
This is another fun stat, and then I do really have to run about NVIDIA. First of all, I didn't find this information. I got this information from Jesse Cohen on Twitter. He's a very good macro analyst and stuff. Posts some political things every now and again, but so do I. But for the most part, macro stuff, right? So, swallow the political pill from time to time for a really good source of information. So, he posted this amazing meme of just like Atlas, like holding up the world on his back from Greek mythology. And it was NVIDIA and then the globe. And it was like the global economy and NVIDIA. And he pointed out that NVIDIA's market cap is $800 billion away, which is still a lot. And it's like an increase of like, I don't know, 30% of NVIDIA's stock, right? But it is $800 billion away from surpassing the Japanese Nikkei, which is their S&P 500, which is the second largest stock market in the world. NVIDIA is getting close. I mean, close, air quotes, close-ish to being bigger than everything else other than the S&P 500. Which also will be at that point comprised of about 10 to 12% NVIDIA.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it is. NVIDIA is the global economy right now.
And I know you said you have to go.
Yeah, I got
to ask you very quickly, are you going to be on After Dark tonight?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, and you need to put it on your calendar. Ladies and gentlemen, monsters and machines, people and creatures of all ages, let's get ready to rumble September 4th, 8 p.m.
Yeah, we're gonna rumble about something. I have no idea. Literally, Caveman was just like, hey, do you want to have a debate with Cosmic? I was like, sure. What are we talking about? He's like, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Literally, no one knows.
Like,
much requested must-see TV, Will and Cosmic.
It's a debate. There are boxing gloves. And literally, I was just like, yeah, sure. I'll hang out with you and Cosmic for a little bit. Let's, chat for half an hour or so.
Yeah, it should be great.
Figure it out. All right, guys, I got to run.
Bye. Thank you.
Oh, wait, there's no TikTok because you guys got banned. Not banned. You got wrist slapped for eating hot dogs.
Ban.
Anyway, bye.
Bye. Shout out again to all of our friends on TikTok who are surviving and thriving despite the fact that the live was throttled and I cannot touch your comments to reply. God bless you all. And if you are here for Web3 101 Wednesday Live, we want to hear from you. The theme for the day is Ethereum and its ecosystem. What is it? Why does it matter in the broader story of Web3? When Will joined, Alex, you were about to say something. I think maybe after Myk left, possibly about the Coinbase credit card, possibly about getting sponsored.
Yes,
Base.
I was. And stew in the suspense, because give me a second.
Stall. You got it. In the meantime, our friend Bearded, hello Bearded, good to see you, asked us a question about ETH and Web3 generally. He said, are most use cases that we have today for gaming? Great question, Bearded. I would say most use cases are currently for money, or more broadly, giving a tangible form to information that represents money, or which can be used by people to make meaning and communicate about value. Some of it looks like dollars and cents, and some of it looks different than dollars and cents. For example, it is valuable to be able to prove your identity, whether that's your identity as a resident of your city, your identity as a creator on TikTok, your identity as a bot versus a human. All of those things are helpfully attested to in novel ways by cryptocurrency tokens on a blockchain. Those are the basic units of information that we use in this new medium. And indeed, I encourage people to think about blockchain as a medium, the same way you might use a piece of paper as the backdrop for a poem, or fold it into a piece of origami, or settle it as a coaster beneath your coffee cup. Tokens can be programmed. They are infinitely programmable and are a new language with novel forms that can be used for making meaning about value, about identity, to tell a story, most of which have yet to be invented, and some of which will involve gaming as we know it today and as it might exist in the future. Now, Alex, that you've joined us again, you want to tell me where you were going to take this Ethereum ecosystem episode?
Yeah, to somewhere that has absolutely nothing to do with Ethereum or honestly even Web3 in any way, shape, or form. Although it could, and that would be neat. At long last, and this is a mark of who has been here watching the show for the longest, we have officially received an affiliate link that comes with a discount code.
What?
For one of my favorite companies of all time, a company that I've been harassing for years, literally years, to do something with me.
That sounds risque.
And so I'm pleased to tell you, and anyone watching, that if you want a discount on the nicest sheets I've ever owned,
Oh my God!
Boll and Branch has given us a discount code and an affiliate code.
Wow!
And is reportedly working on some sort of creator thing. And so I'm about to become a Web3 educator and a connoisseur of fine linens, apparently.
Boll and Branch Maxi.
Hey, man.
Yes. Oh, I've been one for years. And I'm very excited. Dude, my DM history on Twitter with Boll and Branch is lengthy.
And one-sided, it sounds like.
No, they always reply. They always reply.
Always reply, but never sponsor.
No.
Until today.
Until today.
Wow. Exit Velo says, that's what's up. Big Alpha. Good night's sleep in our future.
See, listen. No, we can do this. We can tie this together. Take your goddamn profits and sleep like a baby
And sleep
on
sound.
Boll and Branch.
They had no idea what they were going to get when they signed up with us, and now they're
Not a
really
clue.
reconsidering.
You're welcome. You're welcome. The CEO's name is Scott Tannen. We're friends on LinkedIn.
Shout out.
He knows what's up. I did tell them, I was like, listen, I get it. Like, we're a crypto show. Maybe that's a little controversial. I know you sell sheets, but listen, I promise you, we sleep too. Sometimes. Once in a while.
The markets never sleep, but we do.
Okay, but listen, do you know like what I just feel like, okay, tell me if I'm wrong, and then I promise we'll get back to the show. But I swear, I feel like it could be a really compelling campaign to an audience that they would never reach elsewise, to say like, take profits, sleep like a baby.
Yeah.
There's something like that. Like there's something there. And I'm telling you, the sheets are really nice.
Man, we got to clip that. Solom said, yes, I thank you, Alex. Sleep like a baby. And I'm giving him another ding.
Okay, but in all jokes aside, I will put the link in circle, and 15% off is like kind of significant. Their shit's expensive, and it's really nice. So like,
15%.
you want 15% off like everything you buy from them, just like let me know, because that's sweet, and it supports the show, so that's pretty cool.
I absolutely love it. You'll put it there, and I will put it on the website. Speaking of which, the URL to our website, where you can find all the official links for our show, including soon, by the time you hear this, if you're in podcast land, the Boll and Branch affiliate link, and the link to join the free Rise Up community. It's free, but we've also got a premium membership that you can start a trial for. And I want to shout out the premium members. They are the smartest, sweetest, best looking members of our community.
Provably handsome.
Provably handsome. Proof of la la la, ooh la la, ah la la, the hell. And if you, thank you. If you are a premium member, you can sign up now to be on a future episode of Web3 101 Wednesday. Shout out to Matthew, to Ryan Lucero. And I know somebody else is going to sign up. I'm very excited to have more stories, more question and answer, more direct interactions with the folks who make this show possible. You really are the very best part of what we do. And if you want to try the premium, you want to get the courses and coaching discounts and free PDF guides and future access and yada, 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 then check it out. rumshq.com. The very first link will take you to our community. I always say it because it's true. The only thing missing is you. Jolynn asked, before we move on, can you show us the Coinbase credit card? Yes. If you're watching the screen share, direct your attention to the Google search I am broadcasting. And if you're not watching the screen share and you want to see it, just go to Google, select image search, and check out Coinbase credit card. That's what you type. Mike said it because it's true. It's a black card by American Express that features a visual of the very first Bitcoin block. This is actually what is written in the record on every computer that maintains a copy of the Bitcoin blockchain. It's a bunch of lines of 0, 0, 1, 6, 7, 6, 7, F, characters in groups of 2. And on the right-hand side, there is a message of like human readable text that is encoded into it. And it says, the times, 03 Jan 2009, Chancellor on brink of second bailout for banks. This is the message they chose to encode in the very first block on Bitcoin's network, sending a message that government money, centralized money, would always be subject to the perilous pitfalls of power. And that for the first time, people could choose to opt out of the system with a truly peer-to-peer payment alternative, Bitcoin. Very cool. I cannot wait to get my card. I'm planning a wedding, man. We're going to have some significant purchases coming up that 4% back on would be...
Well, a few percent, not 4.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless you're holding out on me.
$200,000 on Coinbase. Anybody got $2,000 they want to loan me so I can get 4% back on Bitcoin real quick?
200,000.
That's what I said, 200,000, didn't I?
You said 2,000.
Oh, pardon me, $200,000. So if that's you, call me. Alex, Ethereum. We're talking about how to scale it. We're talking about its role in our story. Somebody asked us earlier, what is the quick summary of Ethereum, how it works? I think Mike gave us that very nicely earlier in the episode. We've talked a little about network effects, what scaling means. You answered that question well. And how layer 2s and apps built on top of this chain help us do it. But I'm curious for our friends in the audience, if you've got a question, if you've seen any questions, or if there's anywhere else you'd like to take it so that we can really help drive home the significance of this network. Just letting me down.
Was that the setup?
That was the
you
setup.
Really listen.
Did I mess it up?
I can't. There's no way I could be alone in saying that sounded like you were set up to just keep going for a minute.
I always try to say when I'm ready to kick it to Alex about 5 seconds before I stop speaking, Alex, and then I try to say something with like a inflection.
That was not a punt though.
No,
was like
kind of like a drop off for you to pick up. Oh my gosh. Is it going to give me TikTok back? It might. Whoa. Nope. Just kidding. I'm new to all of this. Father Savage asks, saving you from yourself. Why is Coinbase unsafe? Saving you from me, more like. You hear people say that sometimes, Alex? Coinbase or exchanges. We've made that criticism before that Coinbase is maybe not the best place for on-chain natives to keep their stuff, but let's give some context. What would you say?
I would say let's be clear. I don't think that this is not a Coinbase specific problem. There is a standard problem with centralized exchanges. Anyone who's been around Twitter recently, and by the way, I'm so here for this campaign. The White Whale is currently on a campaign.
Yes.
To bring some publicity to the fact that Myk.eth is holding millions of their dollars hostage for no reason. And the most recent attempt to communicate with them resulted in them saying, "Come to Malaysia." And he was like, "Are you out of your mind?"
What?
No. So it's not a Coinbase thing. It's a centralized exchange thing.
And Alex, what is a centralized exchange for the folks who are new?
The centralized exchange is just a place where you can buy crypto, but it's just a company. There's nothing decentralized about it. There's no governing body. It's just a company that sells crypto. And so they do all of the things that normal companies do. If you are used to corporate America or corporate Earth, that's what it is. They are profit driven. They're interested in, if they have one, a stock price, their earnings, their margins, charging you excessively for something that you don't necessarily need to pay for. But sometimes it's worth it to pay for it for the convenience, because at the end of the day, they are extremely convenient generally. However, it is also generally ill-advised to store lots of your money or your cryptocurrency in general on centralized exchanges, just because things can happen. Platforms can suffer malfunctions. They can get hacked. They can get exploited. The website can go down. We have seen them halt trading before in really volatile times. It's kind of generally considered by me to be one of the places where maybe you would want to on-ramp rather, buy the crypto, but then you should get it out of there and you should put it somewhere else.
Or you should at least learn about the options you have.
Or you should at least learn about the option, yes. But no, Coinbase itself is not, I would say, any more or less safe. Probably more safe than some smaller, sketchier exchanges. But they've had their fair share of issues. They've had an exploit in the past. They've more than one, probably.
Yep.
They've had data breaches. They've had downtime. They've had pauses in trading. They've had token delistings. They've had a number of things that a number of other exchange. I mean, Robinhood notoriously stopped trading more than once, to the point where their CEO landed in very hot water in front of Congress. And as you can see, that clearly resulted in lasting ramifications and punishments for. No, it didn't do shit. He's making more money than ever, and nothing whatsoever happened, despite the fact that was egregious. Anyway, that's the world we live in. So that's the danger. The danger is that you're playing with corporate money, meaning that they only care about one thing, and that's making money.
Yeah, Solom asked, is it because the liquidity is not theirs? I think he was referring to like what their relationship is to you and your money. Coinbase makes money because they have a pile of everything that you might care to buy, and they have a few options about what you might care to do. They give you a staking option, an earning option, but it's an option. It's like going into a store and being able to pick anything off the shelf. Sure, their store is big. It's like Walmart. You can get just about anything you want there, but it's not the internet. Amazon is not the whole internet. And the reason that they don't give you the option is because their platform, it's limited. They've got to integrate something, an interface of some sort, to build out a road for where you might want to go through them. And also, they don't give you the option.
These pests.
Because
they don't fucking have to.
Thank you for the assist, William Quigley. Their terms and conditions give them a lot of power, and you don't have any power to negotiate with them. And that is why, bringing it back to Ethereum and the evolution of the decentralized internet, where you can truly own the information that matters to you, it is a novel thing for the first time in history that you can choose to own your own crypto, have a private key that is the identity it is assigned to, that you can take anywhere on the internet. Built on top of Ethereum first are places like Uniswap, the decentralized exchange, where not only can you buy the tokens Coinbase might offer you, but you can plug in the contract address of any token that is live right now, no matter its market cap, no matter who launched it. It is what the internet was always meant to be, in the sense that anyone can access it. It doesn't discriminate against you based on how much money you have, don't have, what color your skin is, where you live, what you do for work, how you got your money. So on one hand, can criminals use it to do bad things? Of course. But there is freedom. And the community, because of how we are building this, is able to kind of shape the values in the direction that the people want it to go. It's a very cool thing. So good question. Thank you for asking. Bro, I have bought thousands of coins on different platforms. Hood has been the cheapest. Lots of comments back and forth about where is the best place to buy, to sell, to trade tokens. And I want to add a quick caveat that it depends on where you live. Depends on how much money you have, which tokens you're buying and selling. Often, there is no perfect solution. There is just the best solution for you. We were talking about the other day how to on-ramp, and I like to on-ramp through Coinbase, meaning when I turn dollars into crypto, I send them from my bank to Coinbase, and then from Coinbase, wherever else on chain I want to go. And our friend and moderator, Jower, shout out, was saying that in the UK, it's actually cheaper for him to buy tokens through the Base app and then to send them other places. I think just the way they distribute like the currency exchange fee is slightly different from Base to Coinbase. So different strokes, different folks, right, man?
Yeah, I mean, it really depends what you're doing. I mean, like you said, if you're just averaging into Bitcoin, then River's up there as being the best way to do it.
It's the best way to buy Bitcoin.
If you're
in the US.
If you're buying a bunch of other stuff, then something like Coinbase or Kraken, because they both have a premium subscription that you can apply for that will give you a certain amount of trade-free purchases or, fee-free trades and purchases and stuff every month. I will say Kraken's is cheaper than Coinbase's by a pretty significant margin. Like comparing $5 compared to $30 per month.
Coinbase just rolled out a basic version of the one plan that is $5. I bet to compete with Kraken. I would bet the features are similar.
Yeah, I'd have to look. I haven't seen that, but that's a good sign because I mean it was the price difference was nuts. But again, you would have to then ask yourself, okay, well, am I buying enough every month to make up for that? Because you're still spending. So like if you only make one purchase a month and your fee is only $15, then, is it worth it to get one? No. But if you're, make several purchases a month, I mean, that $30 goes quick in the terms of,
and Coinbase One users are the ones who get access to the Coinbase credit card. So if you're going to try and get Bitcoin rewards, I don't know. $30 a month seems like an appropriate price for me to pay for the privilege to turn my dollars into Bitcoin other places. Like that's the drawback of central exchanges, Got to pay to play by their rules. The fee is in there somewhere. They got to eat.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, 2 questions from the audience. The first one is, what is the most trustworthy trading platform, decentralized platform with no KYC? Alex, you got some favorites?
Yeah, it's hard to say, but probably Uniswap.
Certainly on Ethereum, I would go to Uniswap first. Why do you say Uniswap?
Oldest, most established, most robust, been through the most trials and upgrades and struggles and issues and comebacks and all kinds of stuff. I mean, they've been around for a hot minute and they're still, I'm curious. There probably are. They have to be, right? The leading deck. Oh yeah, by far.
The leading decks across all EVM chains, which means Ethereum virtual machine. Any blockchain network that is compatible with Ethereum is traded probably, if not most, at least majorly on Uniswap. And you can get there by visiting app.uniswap.org. They've got really great documents that'll help you learn to use their platform. And we have covered their platform extensively on this show live, as well as in our recorded content. I've got a video in my TikTok profile that is how to trade any token, even ones not listed on a centralized exchange, that walks you through step by step how to swap one kind of cryptocurrency token for another. There are other tutorials we've done about how to create or contribute to a liquidity pool, which is taking 2 assets that people can swap for one another and temporarily reassigning them to a smart contract on a site like Uniswap. And generally speaking, any decentralized exchange, which is one that operates via smart contracts and not via some sort of like centralized company with a CEO who's like deciding which products you can and can't access, they are not going to KYC you. But there are some exceptions. Hyperliquid, for example, is another one that has become the most popular at this moment with traders. It's its own network, but it's also the name of a platform. And you got to use a VPN to access it if you want to. I think it's mostly fine for people to do that, but there are some risks associated with it. So good question. Good luck. And we've also got I am from Canada, restricted from crypto leverage. How can I get around that? I don't know that I have a good solution for Canadians in particular, except to say, check out a Palau ID.
There's no legal way to get around that.
There? Yeah.
No.
Okay. That's good to know. Then I'm sorry, my friend. Canada, you guys really get the short end of the stick. Sometimes I think people in New York got the short end of the stick, but I feel like Canada just got the stick.
I mean, you can try to do what you can with a VPN, but it's not legal technically.
Yeah.
So there's
not much to do. We do have several helpful Canadian crypto users in our community, and I would encourage you to post a message about this there. Go to rumshq.com. The very first link is join our free community. It'll take you about 2 minutes to create a profile, and that's a safe, helpful place to share your questions. Say, hey, Canada here. Love to know what you guys are using to do leveraged trading. I know there are some restrictions, and they will be able to help you. Also, question from the chat. Alex, is Solana a 10-year play?
10-year play. I saw that question too. As of now, I would say yes. I have no reason to think otherwise. But 10 years is crazy. That's a long ass time, and we are at the end of the day talking about a burgeoning industry. 10 years is longer than it's been in existence. It hasn't been a thing for 10 years yet. So I would say, a cautious yes, in the sense that as of now, yes, but something could change. At this point, I don't see a reason for it not to. I mean, it's up there. There's only a few ecosystems that make like good, consistent revenue on chain, in their ecosystem apps. Sol is up there. Sol's number one. ETH is there. Base is there. Hyperliquid's there.
I was gonna say, and that's about it, isn't it?
That's about it. Yeah. I mean, everything else makes some a little bit, but like compared to what they raised, or compared to what they spend, or compared to what you would think it would be, or compared to what their valuation would suggest it is, it's really just that. So in this sense, yeah, and honestly, that hasn't changed. That hasn't changed in a long time, and I don't really see that it will.
Now, Alex, it is about that time for us to wind our stuff down, to give a final thought, a last good joke, or pitch for why Boll and Branch has the best sheets. Before we ride our dogs and ponies off into the sunset, I want to remind everybody that if you're having a good time and you can't wait for more Rise Up, we will be back tonight for an episode of Rise Up After Dark. And our guest tonight, let me set the stage for you. It's New York City, 3 a.m. I have found myself at a church basement party in Brooklyn where there are mobile tattoo artists, a punk rock band, white and chocolate cake, a short story reading, and an exhibit on 20 TV screens of Men Explain Things to Me by Maximal Margin. Maximal Margin works at Google training their AI agents. She also is an AI artist who explores different social constructs like gender and power. And in this particular exhibit, used GPT and not just GPT, it was, oh my God, I can't believe I'm about to flub up the commercial. What is the Microsoft podcast generator audio? Alex, help me. I just flubbed the whole commercial. It was going so well too. The podcast generator
post
that Microsoft has developed to create very realistic sounding podcasts of men explaining things to women. It's a fantastic exhibit. We want to talk to her about her work to advocate for artists in the AI era and ask her questions about her experiments with AI, as well as what it is like to have the responsibility to help a huge brand train the AI that consumers like us use. So don't miss that. 7 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight. It's going to be great. And then next week, we've got our very first premium member feature, stories from the chat. Matthew is going to be on the show. I cannot wait to have a conversation with him next Web3 101 Wednesday. It's going to be awesome. Yes.
I just realized
that Boll and Branch is the softest, sweetest, sleeping. I don't know. What did you realize?
Yes. Well, also that, but no, just that. So for those of you who haven't been, I'm moving, and I'm mid purchase of one house and mid sale of my house, and then moving, and all this is happening in the next few weeks, and it's very stressful, and lots of things are slipping my mind, including the fact that it is now baseball season, and we have 3 games this week, and one of the games is tonight, starting at 7:10, a casual hour before, and this is baseball, which means it takes forever. I'm gonna rug you on After Dark tonight.
Well, I guess you're going to miss a really great episode then, because I am absolutely going to live it up, live my best life. Everybody here is going to help me out, and
It's disappointing.
we'll miss you, but I understand completely. Thank you for letting me know. It's better than, just not.
That's okay. I guess it was my turn to miss a really good one.
Yeah.
Because it's usually you that misses the really
It's
good
usually me. Thank you very much.
Mm.
So, perfect. That'll be fine. Good luck to Jordan. Shout out to Velo, who asked about the Palladium in New York in the 1990s. I was not there. I was there in spirit, though. Where were you going? I kind of rugged you.
I was gonna final thought.
You were gonna final thought?
Mhm.
Then final thought all over this after you answer this question from
God, we're gonna get banned again.
Roddy. Are we? What did we do? Oh,
You-
well, yeah, sorry. Accidental innuendos is
Doesn't even realize it.
Alex, Roddy wants to know, are you from London, Ontario?
No, neither.
Not sure where that came from, but no. Alex is from a couple of places. Where are you from, Alex?
I was born in Connecticut. I lived in Pennsylvania, New York, Tennessee, Michigan, Virginia, North Carolina, Georgia. Take your pick. Lived all
Wall
over the place.
Has a
Tennessee.
final thought says, oh yeah, you said Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. Tennessee twice, right?
Tennessee twice. Yeah, Tennessee was a long one. I was there for a long time.
But not London, Ontario. Haven't been.
No,
I have been to Stratford. I don't know.
Been
if
to
that
Stratford.
is
Yep.
London. So Joe says Wortley Village gets her vote. Joe is one of the helpful Canadian crypto users I mentioned. So Justin, if you need help because you're Canadian and you're trying to use crypto, yes, I'm talking to you, man. And you, yes, you listening, our Canadian friends, get in the community. This is the last time I'm going to say it today, but you'll hear me say it again tomorrow if you forget. rumshq.com has got everything you need. We want to see you there. And we would love to introduce you to our friendly maple syrup exporting Canadian pals. Rada says, I am from Canada too. All caps. I love it.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Massachusetts.
Thank you. Oh, yeah.
Got that.
That's right.
Lived in Boston.
You did live there for a minute.
Yep.
Is that your final thought, Alex?
My final thought is take profits, sleep like a baby, get yourself some nice goddamn sheets. I'm so excited.
Let's go.
It's the best customer service experience I've ever had. It was years ago, and I still think about it all the time.
Tell the story. We'll clip it.
Dude, it doesn't make any sense, but this is what those bastards did. I had been like wondering for a while, like, are nice sheets worth it? Because I had never slept on anything except for like Target sheets. And I was thinking, I was in that time of my life where I thought like the ones that felt like they were t-shirt material were like that was so nice. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna spend the money. Let's see if this is what it's all cracked up to be. And there was like some sort of guarantee. I was like, if it's stupid and doesn't make a difference and I don't love it, then I'll just return them. Because they had like a, sleep in them for 60 days and get all your money back or something, which is wild, but okay. So we bought, and I was like, okay, well, who do I get them from? And I was like, well, I hear the Boll and Branch commercial on Sirius XM radio all the time. So I was like, all right, your commercial worked. I'll go here. Get them, use them. They're awesome. This dog, that one,
That bad dog.
that one right there, eats the pillowcase almost immediately. We had him for like a week, and that asshole ate the pillowcase. They didn't sell individual pillowcases, so I wrote them an email, and I was like, listen, I'm sorry. This asshole ate the pillowcase. Is there any way that I could buy just one pillow? Like I don't want to buy a whole new sheet set. They're great. Can I just buy one single pillowcase from you? And they were like, first of all, they apologized because he ate the pillowcase.
Makes no sense.
And then they sent me an entire new queen set for free because of the pillowcase. So I had a backup, which was great because him and others would go on to eat the fitted sheet later and, rip a big hole in it and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, fast forward, here we are now. Since then, they've sent me Christmas presents because I wrote a post about them on Twitter a while ago telling the story, and they saw this. They saw the tweet. I basically just shouted them out I shouted out like 3 companies that I had interacted with over the years for like really good customer service. They were one of them, and they were like, "Hey, thanks so much. Here's some brand new pillows. Merry Christmas," and sent me like these really nice pillows that are still on my bed to this very day, in the sheets still to this very day. And here we are. The rest is history. So basically, like every 6 months, like clockwork, I was like, "Hey guys, I don't know if you know this, but I'm something. I'm something."
In a small corner of the internet.
In a small corner of the internet, I'm something of a big deal. And it would be awesome to do some kind of work with you guys at some point. And they were always like, "Oh, thank you so much. That's so nice of you. We'll get back to you. We don't really do anything like that. We don't really have anything like that. But we'll certainly let you know." And then literally just, I don't know, like a month ago or something, I was just like, "Hey, just reaching out one more time, whatever. Hope everything's well. Curious if you guys have done this thing." And they emailed me back, or they DM'd me back yesterday, and they were like, "Listen, we did a thing. A lot has changed for us. And they've introduced this like affiliate creator program thing, whatever, and it's starting with this link. And they sent me the application to fill out or whatever, and it's just a casual 15% off for anyone that uses it. It'll end up being code Rise Up. They sell a bunch of stuff, not just sheets and stuff. But yeah, so here you go. So thanks for coming to Web3 101 Wednesday, where we talk about mostly sheets and pillowcases and other bedroom-related furniture. So
answer Robert Stecklerish. We will have the link up on rumshq.com in the exclusive deals, recommended deals tab.
Wallets,
at the time you're hearing
services, crypto, dexes, sheets.
Bed sheets. And if you don't believe us, listen to what William Quigley has to say. Other sheet companies,
You're total grifters.
they are the worst.
These pests.
But
Just
even though they deny you the benefits of a good night's sleep because they've got the power, they've got the benefits, but they don't share them with you because
they don't fucking have to.
But if you get a Bolin brand sheet set, you will have a sound night's sleep. Take profits, sleep sweet.
Guaranteed.
Thank you, DJ William Quigley. I am so sorry that we just used you.
flip it, send it to Scott.
Buy the bear spray, and you too can sleep soundly. A couple quick things on the way out the door. I'm going to do what Alex does and use my final thought to answer your great questions. John,
I'm going to rug you just to say that, listen, I know it's weird. And if this is like the first time you've seen us and we're up here doing a crypto show, giving a commercial for sheets, just for the record, not being paid, not sponsored yet, just have an affiliate link, which is still exciting. I always say, if you're going to do anything with a company and you're not like really excited to tell people about it, you shouldn't take the deal, or you shouldn't do the thing, or you shouldn't talk about them or work with them, whatever. This is one of those times where like, I don't even care. Like I'm that excited about these freaking sheets and that company. There's like 5 of these companies on my roster, and I'm harassing all of them, and the sheets were the first one to say yes. I will get to them all. And eventually our affiliates program page, and hopefully our show sponsors page, will be a very eclectic batch of just high quality things that we know and love. So thanks for letting me talk about sheets.
You're welcome, Alex. It's your show, man.
All right, carry on.
My final thoughts are your final thoughts. Exit Velo said, good dog. Pillowcases are tasty. John Boyle said, topic for a future show, taxation.
Yes.
Biggest fear in profit taking. Even using a crypto tax calculator can be difficult to track buying, selling, swapping. Would love to hear your thoughts.
Tell me
Alex?
more about specifically what are the complicated parts. And actually, I just spoke to, I was just introduced to the founder of Awaken, which is a crypto tax tool platform introduced by our friend of the show, Depressive Hacks. So I know they're looking at doing some content stuff, it sounds like, or some sponsorship marketing. They were questioning whether or not it was worth it to spend $30,000 at a conference for a sponsorship, like a Blockworks conference.
I
And
think I saw that tweet and I was like,
I really wanted to say, like,
how many do you have?
can you imagine the difference between like what $30,000 on like a long-term media campaign over like 3 or 4 months would do versus putting a tablecloth on a table at a conference that 1,000 people are going to go to?
Yeah, that's
Does
nothing.
I mean? So I reached out because I was just like, listen, I mean, we talk about crypto tax all the time. I love talking about
We do.
crypto tax. I think it's a murky, complicated, convoluted world with a ton of things that people just don't know about, tons of misinformation. So keep your eyes open for that. Tag Awaken on Twitter and tell them to get on Rums.
And we do have a whole learn at your own pace Coinly walkthrough. It's a crypto tax class that walks you through one option for the software you can use to prep your crypto taxes yourself, called Coinly, Koinly. We do have an affiliate link for Coinly, and Alex and Will and I have used it for the last however many years to do our crypto taxes. We also are going to have an episode with our accountant so that you can ask those questions. The community is also a great place. I started a thread called Tax Tip Mega Thread or something like that in the public forum. It's an ongoing topic of conversation, John, and we would love to plug you right into it because definitely taxes can be scary, but they don't have to be.
Yep.
A few other quick things from the comments. We got Justin who said, can you please do an episode about market makers, market making, how that works in the future? We have also talked about this on the show. Would be glad to talk about it more. If you have a guest you'd like to hear from, let us know about that. Matt Lifts asked about Kraken, said that they're new and find the content helpful. So, hey, Matt Lifts, thank you very much for being here. We're glad to see you. And I want to encourage you, if you're curious, his question was, can I move money from my bank and flip it? It sounds like if you're new to crypto, you might have a perception, as many people do, that crypto usage is largely about trading. It can be, but there's so much more that you can do with crypto. And whether you're here to invest or you're here to create content, become a builder, use something for your business or your life that might add value to it, the first most important step is to become a safe, confident crypto user. You need to learn how to buy, how to sell, how to send, how to receive, how to store crypto securely, how to turn it back into cash, how to minimize fees, how to avoid the scams and schemes, all before you buy anything. There is no rush. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's going to be here for a long time. And you can learn all those skills on Kraken's platform in the context of a community or group chat like this one. That's the number one piece of alpha. We say alpha. I can give you. It's a good tip, a helpful recommendation. Jump in a community like the Rise Up community at our website, rumshq.com, but it doesn't have to be us. Get to a place where people aren't going to try and sell you a get-rich-quick scheme. And then take it step by step. Ask your questions. Keep learning. Eventually, you will be able to figure out the safest way to, if you're interested, invest, trade, do all those things. Until you learn those things, any asset you might buy is a liability. And the very last thing I want to address is a question we got on the show yesterday. Have you heard about the CR7 token that is supposedly launching in September? This is a topic we'll get into tomorrow related to meme coins. CR7 is the much anticipated Cristiano Ronaldo token. At least 6 have already been launched, one of which was pumped by influencers and within an hour of its release had gone from like $600,000 market cap to $140 million market cap and back again. The moral of the story is, unless you are a sophisticated, influential meme coin insider, you probably are not the audience for that token. Almost everybody who bought that is in the red. And that's the story for meme after meme after meme. If you want to play in the meme coin trenches, there are a couple of skills you got to learn. You can learn them. Don't have to be some special
Just find
guy.
the influencer on crypto Twitter and just Venmo them. Save yourself the trouble. If you're so anxious to just give the same 12 people even more money, just Cash App them.
Or call me, because losing is a lot more fun when you've got a sound effect to play. Not actually fun, but more fun than it would be if all you were losing to was silence. So we got to go. Thank you, my friends, for being the very best part of what we do. Join us tonight on Rise Up After Dark. And by us, I mean me. We'll see you there, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Wherever you are, whenever you listen, have a good now. And until next time, my friends, everybody stay safe. Be well. Rise up.